Hi guys, my name is Chris and you're watching Wrestling Today, so let's start with WWE NXT Deadline 2023 is coming up this Saturday. Before the event takes place, let's run down everything you need to know about the upcoming pay-per-view. Who is scheduled for the card? How interesting does the show seem, and much more. The era of NXT shows airing from the Performance Center every week is behind us. WWE's third brand is back out on the road, and that means Deadline will be airing live from the Total Mortgage Arena in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Basically a home game for WWE. So let's look at the matches. For the show, the first match is Women's Iron Survivor Challenge match as Blair Davenport vs Fallon Henley vs Kalani Jordan vs Lash Legend vs Tiffany Stratton. I think this match is going to be awesome because of all of the women in this match are super talented. As far as the winner goes, I'm going to echo having a heel winner. Lyra Valkyria will still be champion by the time we determine who this person fights, and I think that rules out Fallon Henley and Kalani Jordan outright, as I don't think either of them are fighting Lyra on a TV episode of NXT. Davenport does have a strong chance to win this, and I almost would go with her, but I know I certainly wouldn't pick Legend whatsoever. She's the outsider inclusion. This is ultimately going to Stratton in my mind, unless they're saving her for Stand and Deliver instead. My choice to win this match is Tiffany Stratton. The next match is Men's Iron Survivor Challenge match Braun Breaker vs Dijak vs Josh Briggs vs Trick Williams vs Tyler Bate. It's interesting the lineup they've chosen for this. That's a good group of guys, but I'm not entirely sure I would have thrown Tyler Bate in there, or Josh Briggs. Don't get me wrong, as they're both thumbs up in my book. Hell, I'll go on the record and say I hope Josh Briggs is a future world champion. But it does feel like they went into this with the idea in mind that both of these types of matches will have at least one complete outsider option, and that Briggs might have been their choice for that. Good for him, getting in that role. Anyway, he's not going to win. Technically, they can have Dragunov fight a guy like Bate on an episode of NXT, like New Year's Evil, and then set up a different challenger for Vengeance Day, but I do lean more toward a heel just winning this outright. Considering the options, Breaker is the biggest challenge. Then again, Von Wagner isn't here, maybe he costs Breaker. I'll go with Breaker winning. If I'm wrong, don't say I told you to bet the house on it. My choice to win this match is Braun Breaker. The third match is for the NXT North American Championship. Dominic Mysterio vs Dragon Lee. Boy, this NXT North American Championship is cursed, isn't it? Every time they start to do something with the title, it ends up getting messed up. Guys like Mustafa Ali and Wes Lee and Dragon Lee, all the Lee/Lee names, are all circling Dom, who just kind of hangs around. At this point, I have no idea what WWE has in mind for where this title will go. I mean, we're looking at a Raw superstar fighting a SmackDown superstar for an NXT title here. I could see a scenario where they give it to Lee just to change it up and to prevent him from losing again, since he's already failed at this, but I could also even more so see Santos Escobar interfering, screwing Lee over after Lee beats Escobar on SmackDown. For now, I'll go with Dom retaining, but I'm not sold on that whatsoever. My choice to win this match is Dominic Mysterio. The fourth match is Steel Cage match Kiana James vs Roxanne Perez. I'm hesitant to trust my prediction for this, as I'm 50-50. The smart play, in my mind, is to give the win to Kiana James so she can be set up as one of the most prominent threats to Lyra Valkyria. Beating Roxanne Perez, a former champion, puts her in that position. But if that's not the goal going forward, and if Lyra already has enough opponents set up with Lola Vice and the Iron Survivor Challenge winner, then maybe it's just as simple as Roxanne winning to give her a win outside of the challenge match, and that's it. Maybe I should have picked Roxanne. Having this inside a steel cage is interesting, especially with Cora Jade's potential return and the idea that steel cages are supposed to keep people out, but nobody's involved in this feud in that capacity, and they never do. Maybe Cora gets involved and throws the cage concept out the window. Maybe it's just a cage for the sake of putting a visual spectacle. My choice to win this match is Kiana James. Fifth match is Carmelo Hayes vs Lexis King. Is this going to be made official? Will it be a brawling segment instead of a match to avoid having either of the guys lose? Is it just going to be more storyline drama about who attacked Trick Williams in order to set up one of those two screwing him over in the Iron Survivor Challenge? Well, all of those scenarios have different potential outcomes. I'll say that if it is a match, the winner will be King through some sort of shenanigans. If it isn't a match, Hayes will come out on top of a fight, if it isn't just a draw with them being split apart. I'm interested to see what they do here, though, as both guys are important enough names not to keep off the card entirely. If the match takes place, the winner is Lexis King. The final match is for the NXT Championship. Dragunov vs Baron Corbin. Both guys are talented. No, I'm not a Baron Corbin fan. I think he's underrated as hell. But here's what's weird about this. While I'll acknowledge that Dragunov is the guy I'd trust more to have a better match, and I do like them both, I'm just flat out not interested in this feud all that much. A big chunk of that is because Corbin isn't going to win, and it just seems like killing time until something more important comes along. I'd be much more interested if Corbin walks away with the title, but that's only going to happen as the end result of this, rather than what we're getting for the hype, so I'm stuck in a middle ground of men. It'll be fine and forgettable even though I like them both. It just isn't some kind of dream match. I think Dragunov is the future. But this time I will go with Baron Corbin wins the match. What do you think, and do you guys watch NXT? Thanks guys for watching, and please subscribe.